Mr. Crane, I'm so glad you could join us.
It's about damn time.
Yes, I do apologize for my tardiness. I assure you, the wait will be worth it, though.
And I apologize for Mr. Reardon's attitude. He's a bit of an acquired taste.
Go to hell, Cobblepot!
Can you two quit your bickering for a minute? I want to hear the man's offer.
I understand. Discussing business amongst your partners is normal. You'll all be talking once you get this on the streets.
This is the product you were telling us about over the phone?
It changes the game. It'll top Vertigo. You should be covered by the authorities for the most part. It's derived from a legal drug called Salvia divinorum. I then added capsaicin, another legal...
We don't need the science crap! I just want to know if it works!
Bottom line, Jonathan. What does it do?
It induces delightfully black hallucinations to the user, and then oblivion.
Sounds like any other drug being sold these days.
I've wasted enough of my time!
I agree with Sionis for once. If you want all in, be my guest, Cobblepot.
I'm sorry for my associate's behavior. It's a necessary evil of business, I'm afraid. I have no interest in your drug, Crane. However, I can point you in the direction of a more professional court. A group that flocks together and meets your specific inquiries.
I'd appreciate that. It's the least you could do.
Ogilvy. Nobody talks to me like that. Nobody. You know what to do.
Yes, sir. I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid you have the wrong address.
Alfred, it's me.
Bruce? My word. You've gotten so old.
And you haven't aged a bit.
Well, I haven't lost my hair yet. Come in, please. I see you've wasted no time growing a beard.
You're one to talk.
Touché. However, you might want to shave if you're going to become CEO of your father's company. It'd be better for the public image anyway.
That's the thing, Alfred. Gotham isn't ready to know Bruce Wayne is back.
I beg your pardon?
I told you I needed time to clear my head when I went away. I spent all these years traveling the world, pushing my mind and body to the limit so I could do that. It gave me a sort of insight. The kind that made me realize I could stop a night like the one that murdered my parents from ever happening again.
You want to be a cop?
Commissioner Loeb has been accused of working with the mob. That just means crooked cops and many more like him. I need to be something that weeds that out, something that makes Gotham good again.
It's hard to remember when Gotham was ever good, sir. If you want to do good for the city, you know Wayne Enterprises is the route to go.
They've done fine without me so far. Listen, Alfred, you're the only one I know and trust to help me with what I want to do.
What exactly is that you wish to do, sir?
We will purge this city of its corruption. With your toxin, the men and women who have plagued this city will finally be on the receiving end of getting nightmares.
I'm happy to hear it. Now, about the payment. Hey!
Sucks, doesn't it?
You were with Cobblepot.
Well, at least someone got it right for once. The key word being were.
What do you mean by that?
The Court of Owls is something Oswald Cobblepot made up. It was never part of Gotham's grand history. It was just a way of getting what he wanted for free. He played you, and he sent me to kill you.
What? No! Don't! I beg you!
Were you not listening? I don't follow his orders anymore. I plan to overthrow him. I just needed to bide time in order to formulate the perfect plan. With your fear toxin, I can finally do what I need to. I can stomp Oswald into the ground and take his empire.
So what then? You're just going to go around cleaning up the streets of Gotham as some sort of vigilante?
It's a start.
And how do you suppose you'll find crime to stop? You're not thinking straight. This is some sort of grieving.
I didn't expect you to understand. That's why I chose to wear this mask. If you wouldn't understand, then nobody would. I'm going to the GCPD so I can look through Loeb's office.
What? You're going to sneak into a police precinct?
It's one of the things I learned while I was away.
Hey, Commish, you in here? Loeb? Must have been the wind.
Bruce, please tell me you're all right.
I'm fine, Alfred. I got a file from Loeb's desk.
You did? Well, what does it say?
It's evidence that he's working with the mob boss dubbed as Penguin.
My word. You actually did it.
If I hand this in, though, it'll only get Loeb. Penguin would flee Gotham before anybody could get to him.
What are you saying?
I'm going after Penguin.
Bruce, no!
Have you dealt with Crane like I asked?
He slipped through my fingers.
What? You buffoon. How is it that a deformed mute is better at doing his job than you? Did you know that Harold managed to get his hand on Victor Fry's cold gun?
I'm sorry, sir.
Sorry doesn't cut it around here. You of all people should know that, Ogilvy. The only thing we settle for is results.
I currently have a strong hold on a part of your neck called the sternocleidomastoid. As long as I keep it there, you can't scream. If I let you go, I need your word that you won't shout for help. I just need some answers. Raise your left arm if you understand.
What do you want from me?
Not from you, from the Penguin. I need you to tell me everything you know about their operation. I'll pay you.
You want me to be your mole?
That's one way of saying it.
You've got yourself a deal. This guy and his partners are nuts anyways.
Partners? What partners?
Philip Reardon and Roman Sionis? I'm surprised you didn't know about them. What are you, a cop or something?
Do I look like a cop?
I guess not. So, what do I call you? Like a codename or something? My friends call me Orpheus.
I don't need a code name, I just need your intel.
Cobblepot!
Crane?
No, not Crane.
I'm the Scarecrow, and it's time you see firsthand what it is that you stole from me.
You thought you could just waltz up here and take me out, eh? Do you not know who I am? I'm the bloody Penguin. I own Gotham.
Freeze! We got your confession. Everyone on the...
No!
Hey man, do you want to get shot? There's nothing you can do.
There is.
Are you crazy?
You can't escape me.
Bloody hell, who are you?
The one that's going to stop you all.
We'll see about that.
No!
You're in.
Up there, I heard something. I knew I heard something. Oh my God!
In other news, Detective Harvey Bullock recently released a statement about the failed attempt of Penguin's arrest.
The pursuit led us onto a rooftop not far from where we are right now. We had heard what sounded like a man screaming just before a swarm of bats flew at us. We believed the body we found in the nest of ground was affiliated with Penguin and had been pushed.
You heard it here, folks. It seems there's some sort of Batman hunting the criminals of Gotham.
It seems you've made yourself newsworthy. Way to stay below the radar, Bruce.
I didn't know it was a bust. That it was something low I became involved in.
Well, now that you know better, we can put this whole Batman business behind us.
No.
No? Sir, you were nearly killed last night. You were lucky for me to develop that counteractive for the drug you were doused with.
I know, but there's still unfinished business. Things the police don't even know about. I found myself an informant, Alfred. He told me about Penguin having partners.
Then give an anonymous tip to the GCPD. I will have no part of this nonsense!
I understand if you want to leave. I never told you you had to stay. I'm still doing this so, Alfred, with or without you. And now that I've obtained the title, I can finally use a symbol to make these criminals fear me.
You look ridiculous.
What the hell was that?
Ah! Victor! Please!
You had your chance then. Now it's time for Penguin to collect.
Just need more time, Mr. Zaz. Penguin will get paid, I promise.
You always were smart, Ed. It's why part of me didn't want to come here tonight. But orders are orders. So, you're the legendary Batman I've been hearing about.
Run. Victor Zaz. You're a loan shark for the Penguin, but also one of his most trusted few. You're going to tell me everything I want to know about his operation.
Freeze!
Wah! This Batman is making a mess of things. Not only have I lost Zaz, Nigma is still out there eating up my money.
Perhaps it would be wise to move your operation to another city. Just a suggestion, sir.
No, Gotham is my turf, and I'll be damned if I let some pony-eared freak take it from me.
That's not what I meant, sir. Your ship is to set sail to Central City soon, and I was recommending you take a vacation with it. While you're away, I can maintain things.
Put you in charge. I'm not sure if you're up to task after what happened with Crane. Still, this does provide an opportunity to lay low. Perhaps we should call in Lawton. He'd make quick work of the Bat.
I recall him being in Coast City for another mission, but I'll notify him of our predicament.
Don't screw it up.
Orpheus.
Ah, whoa, it really is you. You really took the codename thing seriously, didn't you?
What's this?
You didn't really give me a way to contact you, so I did what I could.
So I take it you have something for me?
You know how this works. I did some digging, and it turns out Penguin is leaving Gotham for something in Central City. While he's gone, he has this guy named Harold work on all kinds of tech things for him.
This address is where I can find Harold.
Yeah, sorry, that's all I could find, but I hope it works. Son of a...
Tell me where I can find the Penguin. Start talking. Wait. Your hand gestures. You're a mute. Sign language. Listen to me! I know you make weapons and devices for Penguin. Even though you can't talk, I know you're lying! You're being forced to build his contraptions? If I find her for you, will you build something for me?
I still can't believe what you've gotten yourself into. When are you going to just tell the police?
I told you. Penguin has most of the department on his payroll. It wouldn't accomplish anything.
Still, it really does pain me to see you waste your days away crouched over a computer monitor, when you're not out at night fighting crime as a vigilante, no less.
I do other things sometimes.
You haven't seen the sun for what seems like weeks! You're like a vampire!
Okay, you made your point. Still, this is important. A woman is being held captive somewhere, and all I've got to go by with finding her is this feed.
How awful.
But I think I'm narrowing it down. Look here. This is a build date embedded into what must be a basement of the building. I managed to find out what companies still do those, and how many installed apartments. With that information, I got myself a few hundred homes listed.
A few hundred. That's not much to go by.
No, it's not. However, I recently thought about measuring the room's diameter and filtering the list to see what apartments might match. That'd at least get me down to 20 or so.
That may actually work. Is Batman not good enough for you? You must also go by the title of World's Greatest Detective now.
Very funny, Alfred.
Still, I think you should begin considering presenting yourself to the public. Bruce Wayne must still return and claim his rightful place at his father's company.
Duly noted, Alfred. We'll deal with all that soon, I promise. Right now, saving a woman's life is more important.
Then, good luck, sir.
It's alright. Don't be scared. I'm here to help.
So, the legendary Batman does bleed. You should know, I never miss my target.
And then, we have true things in common.
Tough words from somebody that's just been shot. You put up a good fight. I'll give you that much. Nice try, but I won't fall for the same trick twice. What the? Where did you go? Ah!
You talk too much, but that might be a good thing because I want to know who hired you.
What do you think? Oh yeah, one more thing. For our next encounter, I recommend you get some kind of body armor.
Alfred? Harold? Oh no. Thank you. Happy I could help. Testing 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Again, this will really come in handy. Actually, could you make something else for me?
Everyone keep facing the floor and we will decorate the walls with you. Quickly now, boys, get the vault open. See? That's the kind of thing I told you not to do. Red Hood 5, put him down.
I'm sure the concussion I gave him with that knock over his head is enough. What? Boss, what are you...
The gun to your head and take off your hood.
You said put him down and I did. What's the big deal whether I shoot him or hit him?
Red Hood 5 enjoys killing. Never hit when he could shoot. You're not 5. So, whoever you are, take off the hood. escape! Screw it.
This city is becoming a war zone and there's not a bloody thing we can do about it.
Perhaps that is a good thing. It will certainly draw Batman's attention, meaning you can carry out your agenda unnoticed.
Lord knows I need that. Even Lawton failed to clip the bat's wings. My trip to Central City spared no expense. Get Reader on the phone. We need to get the trafficking line going.
And what about the Red Hood's gang?
You said it yourself. They'll be the perfect diversion from our operation.
They certainly will.
That looks rather uncomfortable, sir.
Yeah. Until Harold finishes the new batsuit, bulletproof vest will have to do.
And you trust this man? Someone who has previously worked with Oswald Cobblepot?
Going to have to, especially with people like this Red Hood guy running rampant.
And how did that turn out?
My guess is that he escaped into the crowd, took off his hood, and looked like any other hostage that left.
And you have no leads to what his plan may be? I told you this was a bad idea, Bruce.
Have a little faith, Alfred. I told you he left behind his mask and cape. That's all I needed to analyze and find chemical residue that traces back to Nephrin and Ace Chemicals.
Oh, then shall we notify the police?
Not yet. Wait until tonight. Even Batman could use backup every now and then.
Pamela?
Ogilvy, to what honor do I owe this visit?
I slipped the neurotoxin into Oswald's wine.
I told you, it takes time to take effect.
I know, that often seems to be the case when there are poisons derived from plants. That's not why I'm here, though. I come requesting for another batch to use on somebody else. One of Oswald's secret partners, Kirk Langstrom.
Make sure to lock up when you're done. classic retelling of such a great story, this book. Tonight was meant to be a grand venue, Ogilvy. Where were you?
I was tending to business. Have you not spoken to Mr. Riordan yet?
Oh, I was about to, until I found this. If you were trying to get rid of me, poison isn't the way to do it. I like doing things the old-fashioned way. Face to face, it's more honest and respectable. A bullet and all. I only ask you, why, Ogilvy? I thought we were friends.
We were, once. When we were equals. Then you turned me into nothing more than a mere lapdog.
Perhaps in your eyes. In mine, you were my right-hand man. It does pain me to do this. It damn near ruins my whole night.
Now be sure to share that information with Langstrom before he dies.
What? What did you do to Langstrom?
Nothing. Yet. I still have you to take care of first. What was it you said? It pains me to do this. It damn near ruins my night. How gullible of Oswald. If he had figured out the betrayal of his right-hand man, then how didn't he see yours? Yes, men you can trust. Something hard to come by these days. Go now. Let us finish what we started. Cheers.
An airplane, from above, all you'd see are the streets and buildings. Fools you into thinking it's civilized. From here, it's clean shafts of concrete, snowy rooftops. From here, it looks like an achievement. Down there, you see the city for what it really is. A cesspool of filth, a community of crime and vermin. The cops are bribed, paid to turn a blind eye and become a part of it. Not anymore. I vow, not anymore.
I agree, sir. Not anymore. Now that Oswald Cobblepot is gone.
Somebody took him out and is bound to replace him. I need to still find out who and stop them. Oswald mingled with the crowd of other entrepreneurs that were illegal arms dealers in disguise. People like Carmine Falcone and Rupert Thorne. By putting on a facade and having Bruce Wayne fake his return to Gotham, I might be able to get closer to those stuffed shirts.
We are now beginning our final descent into Gotham City. Please return seats and trays to their upright positions. Remain seated until the seatbelt sign is turned off.
And here I thought you were finally putting the cape and cowl to rest.
Not when Harold's working on a new suit. Besides, I still have the remaining associates of Cobblepot to round up, starting with Kirk Langstrom.
What do you mean Oswald is dead? He can't be dead!
Word has it that Ogilvy is the one who did him in. He's calling himself the Emperor Penguin now, and is calling for your blood next.
Me? What did I do?
You're one of Oswald Cobblepot's most loyal associates. He probably figured you wouldn't step in line with this takeover.
Well then, he got one thing right. Going after me, though, one of his biggest mistakes. I just finished my new drug. Oswald would have loved it. He would have mass-produced it, and used the masses to rule over Gotham.
So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
You gonna challenge Agovi's rule?
Precisely.
Mr. Wayne, 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 Mr. Wayne. Over here. What's it like to be back in Gotham?
I'll be happy to answer all your questions, just please, one at a time.
Mr. Wayne, I think we all want to know where you've been all these years.
No more questions.
Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Wayne.
You're listening to your number one radio station.
How have you been? While Gotham is better off without him, he deserved his day in court. It's what we have to stand by so we can separate ourselves from the kind of bad person he was. Is this the new suit I asked for? This is amazing, Harold. Thank you. It'll help me put a stop to more bad men like Cobblepot. I appreciate the offer, but you really don't have to. Then, let's get started.
What happened to the lights?
Ladies, gentlemen, you have eaten well. You've eaten Gotham's wealth, its spirit. Your feast is nearly over. From this moment on, none of you are safe.
They all fled Gotham. Every last one of Oswald's remaining associates. It wasn't Ogilvy that scared him off. It was that damn vigilante, Batman. If it wasn't for him, I'd have a fighting chance. Now, though, I got no army. Nobody to back me up.
So what then? Are we gonna leave too?
Never. I'm not leaving without a fight. I've still got one thing up my sleeve. A new drug I developed. The irony of what it does is uncanny.
Whoa, what does it do?
It's delivered from vampire bat DNA. Made to enforce the gene structure. It only lasts a few hours, and the ingredients are too rare to come by. But it's enough. Arrange a sit-down with Ogilvy. Make it seem like I want to get in his good nature.
Someplace public, I assume.
Yes, newsworthy.
We're thrilled to have you back, Mr. Wayne. The return of the heir to the company is great for PR and has really gotten things back into motion.
That's good to hear. Although, I'm not my father. I'm no businessman. I wouldn't know the first thing about how to run a company. I'll be leaving that to you all. I can remain the public figure, but that's about it.
Oh, I see. That's troubling news. We don't really know where to go from here.
We both said it ourselves. We keep up the public reputation, I'll host a few dinners at some fancy restaurants, and make a couple of charitable donations.
I'm afraid that won't be enough.
It will be for now. At least until you can all get yourselves back on track. Now, do you like Italian? Well, if it isn't Kirk Langstrom, what a coincidence that we'd run into each other at the same restaurant.
Mr. Wayne, pleasure to meet you. You've been quite the talk lately. What with your return to Gotham. However, I ask you, what coincidence? I'm no figurehead such as yourself.
Oh, I'm a fan of your research. You used to be a professor in human genetics, until you fell into wealth, that is. How did that happen?
I had help from a recently deceased friend.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm sure you are.
There you are, Langstrom. I see you've already found yourself a new friend in my absence.
Ogilvy, good to see you finally here. Mr. Wayne was just leaving.
Oh, sorry to impose.
Associating yourself with public figures won't save you if you dare cross me, Langstrom. I do assume that is why you chose such a public place.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
I'm sure Oswald felt the same way.
I planted a bug on their table and already got a confession. This night is going better than I expected.
I'm not like Oswald. You won't be poisoning me. That's right. The kitchen workers are my men.
Maybe I spoke too soon. Things could get chaotic. I might need to slip away and put on my other suit.
Only a fool would give himself away like that. You could have attempted to poison me, and I would have been none the wiser.
Yes, but then I would be known as a coward like you. I need everyone to respect me, to fear me.
Hollow threats from someone like you.
We shall see.
What are you doing? Have you gone mad? My God.
It's over for both of you.
On the contrary, Batman. This is where I make my exit.
Bug I planted was destroyed during our fight. I've got no evidence of Ogilvy now. I guess Langstrom will have to do.
says hello.
No!
He also said, looks like you ended up getting poisoned after all.
By now, you've realized your mistake in coming here.
You set a trap for me.
Oh, there is a special cargo being delivered. Just not here.
Did you steal from Wayne Enterprises?
I stole nothing. When you become such a high-ranking figurehead as myself, you find pull in certain companies rather easy. It wasn't hard to get one of the Wayne Enterprises executives on my payroll.
I will stop you.
Of course you will. Now, if you would be so kind as to step backwards into the container. That's one last headache for us to worry about. Get my employer on the line, let him know his cargo is safe.
You're saying there's a what at Wayne Enterprises?
A mole for Ogilvy. Somebody sold out, and I intend to find out who.
I'm bound to lose all my hair with the stress that you've been giving me lately. Have you at least figured out what Ogilvy was trying to sell? Or perhaps to whom?
Unfortunately, neither of those. Orpheus only knew what he thought was the black site. If Batman can't get intel, then maybe Bruce Wayne needs to do a little field work.
At least it'll get you back into your family's company.
Not this again.
I'm serious, Bruce. It's about time you've given up this mass crusade. Ogilvy believes the Batman to be dead. Maybe you should leave it that way. Call the GCPD and have them investigate Wayne Enterprises. Let this be someone else's problem from here on. You've done enough.
No, not enough. Not yet.
I just worry about the day that it will be. I don't want to take drastic measures, Bruce. But you're forcing my hand.
You know why I'm doing this. If you've come to different terms than mine, do what you must. Now I've got to go. There's still work to be done.
Bruce, it's so good to see you. I thought you decided to stay out of the technical work.
Well, I had to stop by and see what the fuss was about after you renovated the main facility.
That was sooner rather than later, Bruce. How'd you know about that?
I might not choose to stay on the board, but this is still my family's company. Everything gets run by me one way or another.
Really, now? In that case, what do you think of the finished product?
I like the layout. Tell me, how many employees have access to this site now?
I have the figures. Approximately 568.
It really narrows it down.
What was that, Bruce?
I said you've really got this down. I'm impressed. I've got another question for you, though. Do you still oversee inventory here?
Heavens no. At our output rate, I'd have to be a superhero to handle it all. Our new production manager oversees inventory.
And who might that be?
I haven't actually met her yet. I've only seen the name on paper. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Talia Al Ghul?
Talia?
Bruce, you spaced out. Are you feeling alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I just dated a girl named Talia once, and it brought back some receded memories.
We've all been there. The long-lost lover. Let's hope this one is nothing like the other.
I don't think there'll be such luck.
As I live and breathe, Bruce Wayne.
It's good to see you again, Lucius.
To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
If only it were good news. I believe there's been a recent theft in our stock. I was hoping you'd be able to look into it and see if anything was missing.
Say no more. I'm on the case.
Thanks, Lucius. Let me know what you find.
Off so soon?
You know what they say, there's no rest for the weary.
Or the wicked.
Wine gets better as it ages. This is from a stash that belonged to my former boss. Are you sure you wouldn't care for any?
I normally wouldn't cave to such requests, but I believe we've found ourselves in the midst of quite a celebration. Not only did you deliver on your end, but you say you managed to be rid of Gotham's legendary Batman.
To a night of accomplishments. I guarantee I am not trying to poison you. There is no need.
One can never be too sure who is on whose side. I've been betrayed before. We do not see eye to eye. That often tends to be the case.
What you intend to do with the machine doesn't concern me. I made a fortune on selling it to you, that's all that matters.
If you knew what the machine did, and what I intended to use it for, perhaps you would say otherwise.
Ah, just in time. It's Mr. Fox.
Put him on speaker. What did you find, Lucius?
Very concerning news, Mr. Wayne. I'm glad you brought this to my attention, because the machine that was stolen happens to be an earthquake generator.
What? Imagine what that could do in the wrong hands.
What it could do in Roz.
I just got off the phone with the authorities. They're on their way to investigate as we speak.
Very good. They should get to the bottom of this.
Not before Roz gets the chance to destroy Gotham. Lucius, is there any way we can track its wavelength signal?
I thought of that, but I figured I should wait for the police to arrive.
There's no time. You have to trust me. Do it now. We have to find this thing.
Or all of Gotham is in danger of becoming a no man's land.
I should have known better to believe you dead, let alone that you wouldn't find me, detective.
You haven't activated the generator yet. That proves something.
Honor amongst men. I figured you deserved a fighting chance. It is futile. The cesspool of filth you fight to destroy in Gotham can be ridden of tonight. All it takes is a single push of that button.
Gotham is filled with dangerous people, that's true. However, it also has good-hearted people, innocents. Those are the ones that are trying to save this city the right way.
I'm not willing to have a philosophical debate. I lived a lifetime through many centuries, all of which mankind tried to follow the flawed system you do. Like the dinosaurs, the criminals must be wiped out so we can start anew. Join me, detective. Lead my people after me. Control the League of Assassins as my successor, and you will be able to accomplish so much more.
You don't even know me.
Oh, but I do. You and I have a bumpy road of history together, Bruce.
What happened at your temple, it was your own fault. I didn't wish to kill that man, and you tried to force my hand, resulting in collateral damage, and a fire that killed a woman we both loved.
But Bruce, Talia lives. I allowed her to bathe in the Lazarus pit.
How dare you use her to try and get me to join you? Putting her name down is the one responsible for taking the generator. You don't get to tarnish her memory like that.
You are misinformed.
Then where is she?
I can't tell you that. I must protect her. She holds the future. The one where you and I don't exist.
All lies. I know you're trying to deceive me because Talia would never stand with you on this.
The only one who doesn't stand with me on this is you, detective. wish you well, but not everything.
You're forgetting I had another teacher. Gotham is safe.
Thank you for helping me get them to put this gravestone in.
My pleasure, sir. I never got to personally meet her. I can tell by the way that you spoke highly of her that she meant very much to you. If only things had gone differently.
If only things could have gone differently. I love you, beloved.